Retro tech, it's back. The late 90s were an interesting times. You had consoles from many different manufacturers, you had some crazy plastic things you could put on your head, and all sorts of fun gadgets were popping up like mini disc and a whole bunch of other things. But for a specific demographic, this uttered controller right here, yes, I said utters, if you remember that terminology for describing these things, was a staple of many different childhoods. That clear plastic, they had consoles, they had everything, but the controller was the heart of it all. And the retro tech right here, my friends, it is coming back as all things do. We're just waiting for bell bottoms to show up. Now, Nintendo isn't the one bringing this retro tech back, at least not yet. Maybe the Switch 2 will do that, but Sony made some waves, what was that, last week, where they said, look, for our 30th anniversary, we're going to put a paint, well, it's not really a paint scheme, it's not really a livery, it's just like the plastic shell. They are coming out with this, which looks fantastic. I'm not a PlayStation person, but this is something like I would be interested in. Unfortunately, I think they're only making like 12,000 or something like that, and this is going to be a scalper's dream. Good luck trying to put one of these under your Christmas tree this year without paying a pretty premium. But hey, this again fits into that retro tech theme, and Microsoft is not going to be left out. Of course not. Now, you might come out and say Microsoft is copying, but actually, if you go back to July of this year, they introduced this. Call it what you want. It is the Blueberry translucent controller. No, it's not actually the Blueberry, but this was like the beginning of, what was it, their Cipher series at the end of the day, and I think this came out in July, and it is very blue. It is very pretty. I think it is a handsome and darling looking controller, and while I do not buy many Xbox controllers, I know some people love to collect them, and Microsoft clearly keep pumping these things out like they are free. And so, not to be outdone, Microsoft clearly, well, they probably actually started planning before that, so maybe they were expecting that this was going to be a big hit, the Cipher series, and so they are bringing it to the top dog. The Elite Series 2 can now be built in the design lab with many different Cipher styles, if you will. Now, this is being built on top of the Elite Series 2, so there's no new Elite here or anything like that, which is still a little unfortunate. I'd love it, Elite Series 3, but either way, you can now equip it with several different colors of this translucent style, so you can kind of just go to your heart's content, and I think they look great. I mean, like, as a fan of this old retro tech style stuff, and like Microsoft really found a way, and same with Sony too. They're like, look, these millennials are getting old. They've got a few extra dollars in their bank account. I bet we can extract them. And I hate to admit it, they're probably right. And so I think these things look fantastic. So you can go into the Xbox Design Lab and build this stuff out. That's kind of actually, I think, the only way you can get the Elite Series. And so let's just take a quick look there, because these, like, it's not free, right? They're not just saying, oh, you can, I mean, the Elite Series is not free to begin with. But if you dive into this stuff, so this is the Design Lab experience. We've all probably been there and built our favorite customization, then closed the browser tab and never ordered it. But just a couple things to note here at the end of the day. The translucent colors are going to set you back $10 dues for the price. So it's an upcharge. It is more expensive. They are trying to cash in on that nostalgia. Way to go, Xbox. That is what you do. And that's what everybody loves, because, hey, we'll pay for it. I mean, let's be real. Also, if you want there's these new chromatic D-pad things and the whatever toggles on the back. So those are going to set you back another 4 bones on top to get that fancy, unique color. Now, one like pro tip here, if you don't have a controller, if you're like, I'm going to order one of these, Brad, what one should I get? I personally tell people, don't get the paddles on the back. Now, somebody's going to say blasphemy. First off, you can always get them later if you really want to, but they are $27 for some paddles on the back. And if you're not used to that experience and you're not really wanting to adapt your playstyle, just skip them. Just skip them. They're not what they cracked up to be. Yes, I'm sure some people can get competitive advantage with them, but let's be real. I'm almost 40. I'm not doing it. So let's just go with that. I can't believe I said I'm almost 40. That hurts. Anyways, this isn't the only stuff coming out. So this is actually one, what do you call it, out of the box here. So then you've got the Ghost Cipher Special Edition, which actually, again, tapping into that nostalgia, I think looks pretty great at the end of the day. Nice little, it's not quite gold. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like muted gold. I think it looks great. This might be one worth just picking up if you're not going to do the whole design lab, because I don't know. I kind of think it looks better than the blueberry. I think it looks better than that. Anyways, it does kind of actually interesting raise one question now that I think about it. When are these consoles going to get something like that, right? Wasn't there a translucent Xbox green one back in the day? I'm pretty sure there was like an Xbox green translucent one. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys and girls. We should petition Microsoft to make one of these, because I think we'd all end up buying it. And yeah, retro tech, translucent stuff, it's back.